Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lade. On today's video I'll be showing you how I make the typical Nigerian egg sauce, and we usually would have this for breakfast with some bread. It's our own version of scrambled eggs, but yeah, with some extras. Let's get started. To make the egg sauce, we're going to be needing some tomatoes, and I have 5 plum tomatoes here. I also use some baby bell peppers. They're not like mature. We call these tatashi. So I use 3 of these, and then I have one big red onion and some scotch bonnets. I actually have 10 right there because I calculated that it will be ratio 2 to 1 tomato. This is just how the scotch bonnet looks like. We call it atarudo, and it still has the stem, but of course we're going to take it out, same as the bell peppers as well. But I ended up using 5 because 2 to 1 ratio would have been too much. And then of course the eggs, I used 6 eggs for this recipe. I mean, what's an egg sauce without eggs? Okay, so right now I'm just prepping the ingredients, the rudo and all the other vegetables. For this one, I'm just taking out the stem. I do it for all of them. Like I said earlier, I ended up using 1 to 1, so 5 tomatoes and 5 atarudo. That is scotch bonnet. If you are using habanero, I mean, you know the heat of what you're using and you know what you can accommodate, so use what is best for you. For the red bell peppers, which is the attache, I just open it and try to take out the seeds. The seeds are harder than tomato seeds. I don't mind tomato seeds being in my egg sauce, but for these ones, I'm kind of picky about this, so I just use my hands. They're not spicy, so I can afford to do this. And I just clean them, rinse them, set them aside. And with these, what I did was basically just take out the black head stem part. You know what I'm talking about, you can see. And then I just slice them into half and then I rinse, set them aside. I'm doing the onions and I'm just peeling the back and then cutting the top and the bottom and rinsing. For the tomatoes, it's better to cut from the inside, especially if you have knives that are not sharp. This is a nice trick because the skin on the outside is tougher to penetrate if your knife is not sharp. So this is how I'm going to be cutting the tomatoes. Don't worry, the size, it looks big, it's going to all melt away. You'll see very soon when we make the egg sauce. So here's the tomato and here's how I'm cutting them. For the bell peppers, I'm just going to cut them in strips and then chop them in like squares. I mean, they're not squares, but just chop them, you get the point. For the scotch bonnet or atarudo, just slice in half, and then what I usually do is just to cut from side to side. I don't want them to be too big and I don't want them to be too small either, so I'm just like moving from side to side. If you're not brave enough, my sister, don't use your fingers. You can use a fork, and like I'm doing, just try cut it to your desired size. Next is the onion. I don't think anybody watching this doesn't know how to chop an onion, but just because I spent time and energy setting up my tripod and camera to film the chopping of the onions, you're going to watch it. So happy viewing. Watch me chop onions. Alright, so our ingredients are ready: tomatoes, scotch bonnet, and bell peppers, tatashi and atarudo, and then one big red onion. I don't know what I was doing in my hands. Please just ignore my hands. Let's start cooking. In a heated pan, go ahead and add in some vegetable oil, whatever oil that is preferable to you. You can add in olive oil, canola oil, soybean oil. Just add in some oil to a heated pan. Um, Gauge the quantity you're going to use. I think this was about 3 tablespoons. I'm sorry, I said tablespoons, 3 cooking spoons. And what I did now is to test the oil, the heat of the oil, by putting one piece of the onion. And yeah, look, it's sizzling. So I'm going to put the rest of it, and then I'm just going to stir. So at this point, I'm going to add some curry and thyme. Shout out to CCME. If you don't know CCME, you should. I don't know what else to say, but yeah, CCME taught me a lot, and she's a great influencer to the way I cook. When you put curry and thyme at this point, the whole your neighbors will know that something's going on in your kitchen. So that's what I did. Allow the onions to caramelize, and then you can now begin to add in the other vegetables. I put in the peppers first, both the atarodo and tatashe, scotch bonnet and bell peppers, and then I put in the tomatoes. See, you can put as many different vegetables as you like, but this is typically how I grew up seeing egg sauce done. Once in a while, when I like, I put green peppers and all that, but this is the typical Nigerian egg sauce. I added some salt and bouillon cubes. That's all the seasoning: salt, bouillon cubes, curry, and thyme. And now I'm just going to be cracking 6 eggs to fry with this, so you kind of have an idea of the proportion of vegetables to eggs. I use 5 tomatoes, and for 5 tomatoes I'll be using 6 eggs. After about 10 minutes or less, I really don't even know which, to be honest. But the sauce has reduced while I was busy cracking my eggs and whisking away. It has reduced, and it's not fried, but it's fried enough for me to add the eggs. And then once you add the eggs, allow them to set before you start scrambling away. I got impatient. I couldn't wait. It was doing me gish gish. So I started scrambling, but then I still left it to set a little bit because we want it scrambled, but we still want nice egg pieces in there. So scramble again, allow it to fry, just let it do its thing. So people like eating eggs like this, like my sister, but me, I want it to almost like burn. Let it fry. If it's fried egg, let it be fried egg. Our fried egg sauce is ready. This egg sauce is for bread, by the way. There's another way to do it for yam, and I'll make another video for that. But this one is for bread. That's why the oil is not so much. So bring your plate, bring your bread. My mom will usually serve like everybody's on down because she can't be coming to serve eggs, and eggs is good to eat it hot. Tear your bread and dig in. This is how I like to eat mine, but if you want to be fancy, you can put it in between your bread like like a breakfast sandwich. This is the egg sauce, typical Nigerian egg sauce. And this is how I remember eating it growing up. Yeah, let me know if you enjoyed today's video. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and hit the bell beside it to get notified when I put out new videos. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.